Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. And honey, Kyle, Stormi Steele COO, has put out a statement because he has been terminated. And if you ask me, wrongfully terminated by Stormi, and he is talking about it first. Let's get into it. Y'all know this is going to be the hot topic on Live Hot Topics tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Millie Chun TV. And I have contacted Kyle and I hope he joins us on Live Hot Topics, right? But Kyle said he had something on his mind he wanted to share with us. He was the chief operating officer for Canvas Beauty with Stormi Steele. He said on July 26th, he received a termination letter, that he was terminated on July 22nd. And as we get into this story, on July 22nd, Kyle put in for a leave of absence. Now, those of you HR people out there, along with myself, it's been a minute. I think she can't let him go on the day he files for a leave of absence. Let me know. So Kyle said he's been working with Stormi for 18 months, right? And he's helped her rebuild her legacy of Canvas Beauty. And he said that he began the marketing of Body Glaze to the world, and it's been a roller coaster ride. He said the challenges were extremely difficult. Turn around a business in debt that was losing money monthly and that had hundreds of unfulfilled orders from 2+ months back. So Kyle was first asked to come on board to do advertising, but he quickly realized that marketing was a problem as well, right? He said he rolled up his sleeve. He sent out at least thousands of emails apologizing to people, right? And he said this was a challenge that he loved and he enjoyed writing the customized apology emails. He said he was happy doing his own business, but he felt the call of the wild to dive in with Stormi's business, right? It was challenging and rewarding. Towards the end of April 2023, Stormi agreed for him to come on board as a true partner, right? They both saw the potential in one another, and they feel like they would be powerful combined. So he had every intention of really working with Stormi after putting his stuff to the side. Here he talked about how he had got on there, quickly turned a profit, right? The lifestyle, he said the lifestyle creep of the CEO would deplete the accounts. Every month they were coming into something, they would have to pay, people would circle back with lawsuits, and they had to shut the website down due to unpaid bills. Right? And he said, holding on hope, he forewent his retainer and he gave the business somewhere between $30,000 and $40,000 because he did not want to give up on the work that they had done. After more ups and downs, around September of 2023, that is when they expanded on TikTok, right? And quickly became a top-selling brand on TikTok. As the holiday season rolled around, he said they moved from $10,000 sale days to $100,000 sale days, right? He said, I felt every day that I was a dream. It was a dream and I could wake up at any time. Even though he was doing the job of 5 people, he said the kid inside of him was beaming with pride at becoming an executive at a beauty company, right? That was growing very fast. So Kyle said as 2024 progressed, he was doing a lot of work. So he was a customer service rep, graphic and label design, marketing, inventory and supply chain management, human resources, payroll, finances, product development, business development, and vendor relations, including everything with TikTok. He said, but through the hard work, they made in March nearly $5 million in sales. TikTok lives became more high stakes. They broke records. The first brand to sell 400,000 plus in a single live stream, and then $1 million in a single live stream. Stormi was the first creator to do this. He said they did another live early this month in July, selling over $1.1 million worth of Canvas products in a single day. And just under a year on TikTok, they sold over $20 million worth of product. Kyle turned that thing around and he worked really hard. So he said after leaving there, he followed Stormi back to Alabama. So he was in the warehouse packaging up products. And we've all seen Stormi's video with Kyle packaging products. But he did say that they had a little disagreement, nothing out of the ordinary. They were each other's yin and yang, and they complimented each other. So he left to go home Tuesday, July the 16th. After a few days, he got back to work as usual, July the 18th. Stormi had talked to him about the business valuation. He agreed because she needed to know that. He said, I reminded Stormi about the importance of keeping books clean and was immediately met with rage. I can see it, right? I can see her going off on him for trying to tell her what to do. He said, it's like the switch flipped. Rage that I hadn't been reminding her to do certain things she said she would do. Rage I hadn't hired a CFO. Rage that I was pushing back on some personal hiring decisions Stormi was suggesting. So Stormi was, in this moment, blaming him for not doing these things on top of everything else that he was doing. So Kyle was taken aback. Like, what is really going on here? Now, Stormi has called him. She wants a full list of everything that he does. Now, I read to you everything that Kyle said that he was doing. So all this is alleged. Let me say that. I forgot to say that. But he told us about, on page 4 of 3, everything that he was doing. Now she wants a rundown, and she's saying that he's making himself irreplaceable. No, Stormi, you made him irreplaceable when you didn't have any of those people to do those titles that he was doing, right? Because the people that you show on your videos, all they're doing is packing. Who is your director? Who is your secretary? Who is your manager? Kyle. Now, he said that he was devastated. He said he had given Stormi everything and he always followed her directions, right? So on July 19th, he said he called Stormi and asked him for clarity about his roles, now that she's taken roles away from him and accused him of hurting the company, right? So during the phone call, he said when he mentioned that I sent a full list of everything I do and my contacts should she need to replace me, she panicked and kept insisting that I was quitting and resigning. Now, I can see that too. We've seen Stormi pop off. I can see that, and I can see the gaslighting about to happen because it's about to go down with Kyle. He said he denied it several times. He was not trying to quit. He was not trying to resign. Stormi replied with many hateful things. Stormi said that out of all the people she has ever worked with, including those that stole from her, that Kyle was the worst of them all. He said that stung. How, Sway? Stormi, how could you say that he was the worst person of them all when you've been making this speech since we've met you about how you lost everything? And then you brought Kyle into the circuit, and then you got everybody against Kyle. But Kyle turned your business around, got you on TikTok. But he is the worst of them all? She told me we're done over and over to talk to my lawyer, and she said bye and hung up. Then it's like, I guess she thought about it. She called him back. She was like, they need to cool off and they'll talk again soon. He said a few hours after that, she called TikTok, right? And the next day on Saturday morning, he said he woke up and couldn't even open his work email. And he was locked out of his personal financial expense spreadsheet. Stormi called TikTok and told him to talk to her. They need to talk to her, not Kyle. On Sunday, when Stormi reached out about times that they were supposed to talk on the phone, he said his head was spinning, right? So he asked her for a leave of absence on Monday, July 22nd. He said he had never done that before. So on Tuesday, July 23rd, Stormi's lawyer called him, right, to discuss Stormi and him parting ways. And he said that was news to him. So after explaining the situation of the last few days, how that officially parting ways was news to me, and how I didn't feel comfortable talking to him, he said he didn't hear anything back from them until Friday, July 26th. That's when he got the termination letter, right? And they terminated him on the day that he filed for a leave of absence. So on that day, she sent him an email. Stormi wanted him to sign away all his claims. Unpaid profits, 7 figures. She didn't want him to have ownership, equity, or ability to speak openly about Canvas Beauty, right? And additionally, she wanted him not to work in the beauty industry for 24 months. All in exchange for a month's pay. That is crazy. Kyle is heartbroken. He has retained legal counsel. He said all he wants is what was promised to him. He said at the gala, Stormi told him that he really did turn everything around, right? Stormi, you're in trouble, girl. Y'all, let's talk about it. It's your girl, Millie Chime. Talk to you later.